My name is Carlos Walker, and today, well, this is Art and Hustle. Black Authors Matter, and what I would like to share is life coach, Dequonna Wise. Nice to meet you, Miss Wise.
Thank you. Pleasure meeting you. Thanks for
Uh,
having
it
me.
is, it is an honor. So, what I would love to do today is share with the people about your book, about why you decided to create it, and how it can be impactful, and how we can actually share it with them and get it in their hands. So, tell a little bit about yourself and who you are.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for creating a space and a platform for us. Very much needed. I'm Dequonna Wise, life coach, motivational speaker, author, event curator, project manager. I'm a lot of things, right? But I like to tell people I'm just a child of God, and I love people, and I love God's people, and I think it's my duty to be a servant. So I just want to be known as a servant while I'm here on this side. And I wrote a book in 2019. It's called Eight Layers of Division Among Women, because we all know in the world of women, sometimes it's this stigma upon us that says we can't get along, we can't work together as women in a whole, especially Black women. And so this book was actually my first speech. My first motivational speech was titled Eight Layers of Division Among Women. It was for a women empowerment event that I did. And I was just battling about what would I talk about to these ladies. And of course, we want to talk about the frou-frou stuff, that we're nurturers, that we're powerful, that we're amazing, we're all those things. But nobody really wants to talk about the things that tear us down and what we do the most. And that's how we treat one another. So God just really dealt with me. It was like, tear them down to build them up. Let's talk about the real. Let's talk about the reality of how we really treat each other and how we can make a difference. So I titled the speech Eight Layers of Division Among Women, and I listed eight things that I felt divided us. At the time, I did a Facebook poll just to get some feedback from other women, what they felt those things could be. And it was like right on the money. So I began to peel back those layers of what those things could be. And it was eight key things. I won't tell you all eight because I'll let you go download the book and read for yourself. However, a few of those things was identity for one, man two. We know we would fight over a guy in a heartbeat. Comparison and competing. So some of those things. So what I like to do in that book was I had you peel back what this thing did to us, right? Did you find yourself in this layer? Like, was this a layer that you can really see yourself being this person or being that woman that you don't want to be honest with yourself about? But the book itself is under revision because it's also a journal. So, because it's been a few years now, it's some more things I wanted to do with the journal piece. Right now, you can go download the book on iBooks and Amazon Kindle, but the actual paperback book is on back order because I'm revising some stuff with the journal piece of it. But you literally pull back these pieces and figure out: Am I this person? Am I someone that compare myself a lot? Am I jealous? Am I envious? Like, you really have to do the work on yourself as a woman. Ask yourself these questions. Be truly honest with yourself. Be ready to do the work on yourself so you can be better to other women. So that's what the read is about in a whole, and it helps you identify. A lot of times we don't know we're something because we don't truly know the real meaning of it. So I'm really giving you the identification of what this layer looks like, the real definition of it. But I'm also breaking it down as a life coach, as the coach's antidote of how you can get out of that, how you can grow past that and do better and be better to another woman. As you go forward in life. So it's a really amazing read. It's really for women. And I think the guys can appreciate it because even if you're a male and you download it and read it, it'll put you in the mind of how we think as women and why we fight so much or why we say we're not fighting, but we really are. It can really help you understand a woman's what we go through and what you guys sometimes put us through to feel like we do have to compete and compare ourselves because we're trying to get your attention. Are we fighting for your attention? So it can help you as well as a male understand the mind of a woman.
Sounds like a book that can actually be put in major parts, not just in women's perspective, but male's perspective too.
Yes.
Because listening to what I think everybody in the world deals with some type of identity crisis, or up until some point. I'm
Yep.
assuming being a woman who wrote this book, you only looked at yourself and realized the standpoints of where your self development could
Yeah.
actually be fixed at. This is the reason why you wrote this book. This is the reason why you can guide other women of what they can do, 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 what they can do view or what they can look at. If it's
Mm-hmm.
not this, if it's not this part, you can work on this part.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's not all eight, but what this is a checklist for you to be able to guide yourself and see where you can actually work. Self development is for everybody.
Absolutely. It's also for you to understand another woman. A lot of
Yes.
times we don't understand why someone else may be wired the way they are. But when you can read these definitions of these characters of individuals, we don't know why people, it could be their childhood, it can be what they lack. So it gives you that grace too. Like, maybe she didn't have a sister, maybe she didn't have a mom. And this is the way, maybe, whatever she may have gone through, it'll give you the peephole into that person's life to understand maybe this is not me, but I can now identify and see XYZ acts this way, she behaves that way, maybe this is why. So it's a beautiful read, and it really opens your eyes to literally doing the work on yourself, but also giving grace to your sisters.
Mm. I actually love the sound of the book. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make sure I do read it personally
Yes, yes.
because being one who really didn't start to read till he got in prison, uh, I learned reading is a cheat code. I can read, but I never read. But
Right. That's
once I
good.
started to read, I started peeling or educating myself about
Hmm.
certain topics, about certain things. And uh, this book seems like something that would not just educate, but put us as men in a different headspace to know what we're dealing with when we're dealing with our significant others or
Yes.
our sisters as a whole.
For sure. Absolutely, for sure. It's an easy read. It's quick. It's probably like 90 pages. It's not long at all. It's considered an ebook, but it's also a journal. So when you do get the paperback version, it's really holding you accountable. Like you really have to write and do the work. And again, it's been about 3 years now. So I'm revamping some things because I want it to be a deeper connection for you to really journal. So I'm making some things different there. But the paperback will be back this spring, in April with the revisions. But again, you can download on iBooks and Amazon right now, Kindle Fire, and iBooks right now to read it. So, yeah, I'm excited. Thank you for letting me share. I think this book is transforming lives. My goal is to get this book in prisons, with women, because I think that a lot of women that are taken from us need to read this book, and they can identify a lot of these identifications of these layers they need to peel back while they're there. So that's something I think I want to talk to you about more too, because you coming from knowing what the prison system is like, I don't know what that's like, but I also know that I want to be a impact there and help women there as well. So trying to figure out how I can get this book to them as a gift, no cost, for them to have access to it.
Let's see if we can. I'm pretty sure there are people who can actually donate.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if you got a 5031 what is it,
501c3.
501?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't
No,
know
I
if
do
we have
not.
one.
I do not. Okay.
But what we can do is see how we can either get you to either donate a few copies to certain places, and we can brainstorm and figure out how we can
Okay.
be impactful everywhere. Because as you said, and then see how we can get you to get there and maybe even speak. It's
Yeah.
one thing to have the book, it's another thing to have the author, because you
Yes.
actually get a deeper connection, and then you get to share their stories, but your own story with things that y'all have
For
similar.
for sure. I would love that. Absolutely.
What we'll do, we'll see how we can work this thing out, make something
Okay.
bigger happen. I think
Yeah.
all things happen for a purpose and a reason, and then just how me and you met
Yes.
was for a purpose. I don't want to think it's just so and then I can
Absolutely.
have an interview with you, but I think it's something life changing that we can actually change lives. We're
I
here to
agree.
change the world. So,
I agree.
as a world changer to a world changer, but also an author to an author,
Yes.
I congratulate you on the book. I thank you for coming on here. It's more than an honor and a pleasure to be able to hear your voice, but to be able to share your story or be able to share your book. So,
Thank
before
you.
we go, let them know where they can find you, uh, everything that they need to know to get in contact with you, even for your consultation.
Absolutely. So you can find me at, I have a website. It's called wisecoachingcollective.com. That's my last name, wisecoachingcollective.com. You can find me there. You can find me on Instagram. I am Coach Wise. That's where I'm at the most. But I'm on every platform across LinkedIn, Facebook, all those things. It's the Dequonna Wise Life Coach. But again, the best place to find me is my website or Instagram. I would love to communicate, talk with you, chat with you. I have a free 15-minute consultation for anything that you may need. I specialize in business, purpose, and relationship coaching, but I'm also an instructor and I certify other life coaches as well. So if you're out there and you know you want to be a coach, God has been tugging at your heart and you're trying to get that certification, I do those as well. So would love to hear from you. And the book, you can find the book again, like I said, on Amazon Kindle. So you can go to Amazon right now and get it, download it right to your phone, or iBooks also.
And make sure, look, if you want to wait till April, I think you said April, correct?
April. If you wait to
April.
April, you will have the paperback out there along with the journal. So that'll be great for
I'm
you.
doing that for your signature. Look,
You want
reach
the
out to her,
autograph?
or look, order
That's
it straight off her website. She's gonna
yes,
get more money off of it
yes,
than it would
yes.
that she would if you purchase it from off Amazon
That's
or
true.
anywhere else. I want the author to get the most proceeds off
True.
of their material. You want to support the author, but you
Thank
also
you.
want to get the biggest thing that an author can give you. That's their signature. Look,
Yes,
you can buy their book off Amazon all day long, but what you can't get is
that's true.
that authentic signature that
No,
you're gonna
that's
get
true.
personally from her, because you don't know who she gonna be in the near future. She's already paved the way. So
Yeah, thank
look,
you. I love it, and that's so true. So when the hardback is out there, that'll be the for sure way to go. Go to the website, and again, that'll be available in April for you. So yeah,
please y'all support
thank
Black
you.
authors and know this, that you're dealing with special people. Look, I love y'all.
I
Thank
love
you
you.
once again for coming on. And this is Art and Hustle. Hold up for a second.